All right, welcome back to another episode, man. We're finally touched down in Pittsburgh. I'm at Carnegie Mellon now. This is episode 3. It's making history today. First episode at campus, so I'm feeling good. Feels good to be back. I got my man Chibi here. Chibi, go ahead and give him a little intro, man.
Hey, my name is Chibi. You could call me Chibi K. I'm from Maryland, but I live in Maryland, but I'm from Nigeria. I'm a freshman here. We're both freshmen at CMU. So, we're just navigating around and stuff. So, definitely nice to be on here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, for sure, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Tell people about the podcast because we're trying to make this go big for real. Mm-hmm. So, Chibi said he's from Nigeria, so he has immigrant parents. So, how do you think that's influenced you over the past few years?
I mean, just in terms of like my upbringing and everything, I feel like they've had a big effect on me in terms of like the way I do things, the way I talk to people, the way not even just talking, just interact with people. I was brought up to know how to like understand people's emotions, be kind to people, and just be respectful. And I feel like that that's a big part of like the culture. So I just try my best to represent that wherever I go, represent my household and my culture, and whatever I'm doing, just in general.
Yeah, for sure. So you brought up the culture. So like Nigerian heritage, it's like very, very unique. So like talk about how that like kind of had an influence on your life and what connections you have to that.
I feel like in terms of like one special thing about Nigerian people is like when you're Nigerian, you can point out like every Nigerian you see. Like it's so weird. Like I'm walking on campus, I can just see a random black person. I'll be like, oh yeah, they're Nigerian. And I feel like it relates to the question because it's like I will go talk to them, and I'll go interact with them. I feel like it helps meet new people. Just in terms of like the culture being so strong, there's so many things you can relate to: the music, the food, just the entertainment there.
For sure.
Just anything there. The way all the parents act the same. Everything is like there's so many stuff we can relate to. So it's like it helps meeting like new people from my culture, and I just feel like just the culture in general takes you a long way, and just in all aspects of life, and I feel like it's really cool and it's really unique in that sense.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, that's really dope. Mm-hmm. So, man, we're in college now. We've been here for like 3-4 weeks. Like, got exams a week from now. Like, it's kind of crazy, man. So, like, how's the adjustment been for you personally? New environment, new people.
The environment is just like it's just different. It's like thrown in the belly of the beast. A whole new experience from what I'm used to, and it's just crazy because I never expected it would be this way. Like, I visited campus before I came here, and I still like had no clue like where I would be going, and what I'd be doing. But I'm just like I'm happy I'm here, but it's like wow, it's just crazy, like a whole new experience. I've done new things I've never thought I would do in my life in college. It's just crazy. I mean, there's so much freedom. There's so much
oh my gosh,
amount like of rigorous work, and it's just like so much you can do, and I'm just trying to like navigate the best possible way to do everything. And I feel like at first I was focused on like doing everything right, but now I'm just focused on doing it like how I want to and how it'll be more beneficial for me. Yeah, if that makes sense.
Nah, so man,
just, like,
you definitely
life, to be honest,
you definitely got it all because like there's so much freedom and like there's so many resources like that you could potentially do whatever you want. Like this new setup, this is all Carnegie stuff, bro. Like they just gave it to me. It was like, yeah, sure, here, have it. And I basically got like a new camera, these lights. It's crazy, and they just let you run with it and really create what you want. So like whatever you want to be, that like college has the resources for you to do it. Mm-hmm. So like for anybody that's like on the fence about coming, just go to college, man. Like it's a good experience. You'll meet new people. The networking here is crazy. I've met a lot of great people, including Chibi. like in the span of like 2 weeks or like a month. More like because we met before because there's not a lot of black people on campus.
You just have to find who you find, bro. But like in terms of like the resources, like there's so many workshops and stuff like that. So I'm a business major here, so I was in the business building Tepper for a workshop last week where we met so many cool people, and just like in terms of like an entrepreneurial aspect, like learned so many things. I was introduced to so many events and like programs and stuff. So I feel like it's so overlooked, like what college can do for you in terms of like the college no college aspect. Like the resources are crazy, so many cool things you could do here, and I feel like just having the ability to like explore is such a blessing, to be honest, and it's crazy how much it can do for you.
Because I don't know about you, like you said you were like in DC, Maryland. I've never been in a place like Pittsburgh before. Like I'm from the South, so so like all of this like big city type stuff is like really new to me, but it's like also kind of cool because I like a change of scenery. But so yeah, we talked about the low percentage of black people here. So like, how's it been being a being a black student at like a PWI? I don't even think there's a PWI. Well, I think it is, but I don't know because like I think the majority is Asian, but still. Like,
it might be. I don't know.
Yeah, but like even then, so like, how does it feel? Not seeing as many people that look like you around campus.
I mean, I'm kind of used to it. So for like 2 years of my life, I was in like a boarding school.
Yeah.
And, like, it was kind of like this. It was like a majorly white. So I mean, like, it's just crazy though. But I mean, it makes you put in more of an effort to connect to people in your community.
Yeah.
Because even so, because there are less like black people here, I would say like there's definitely an effort made for the black people here, like we're a smaller group, right? So I feel like there's a stronger effort made for us to connect with the small amount of people here, and I feel like there's definitely like special and unique bonds that are built here.
Absolutely, I agree.
It's like a light in the darkness kind of thing.
Yeah,
that's actually ironic because dark light, black people, but
yeah,
I mean, because there's small people, I feel like that like light is so special, and you can like build genuine bonds with like the black people you see on campus and things like that, in terms of the relations to like just what you deal with as being black and like just like things you have in common. So it's definitely cool.
Yeah. And then I agree with that. A lot with the light and the darkness kind of thing. You in a place like this, you got to have like a really positive outlook on pretty much everything: school, like social life, like pretty much anything that has a big impact on your mental health in your day. Like, because if you're not, bro, you're gonna be like in a slump, and it's gonna go downhill for you, man.
It's so easy to get into that.
Yeah,
like if you can just don't fall into that dark hole.
Exactly,
I mean,
it's
so easy.
Because then you just go down and then like so that's why you also have got to have people in your corner to like hold you accountable to make sure that you don't fall in that hole, and that you also make sure they don't fall in that hole.
100%.
Everybody elevating, what I'm
saying? For real. Just holding each other accountable and trying to help yourself be your best self, help others be their best self, and others will help you be your best self. So everything comes full circle in that aspect, for real.
Yeah. So you're in Tepper, right?
Yes, sir.
So it's like, major business school. So how do you feel like a place like that helps set you apart from other potential candidates trying to get where you are in entrepreneurship and in business endeavors?
So, to be honest, one thing that it's kind of like a hot take, but I feel like it's not really the environment, but it's the person.
Yeah.
Because Tepper gives a lot of resources for business people, but I feel like another college can give you like another amount of resources. Yeah. But obviously, like the level Carnegie Mellon is at, the resources are obviously very advanced. But I feel like you have to still make an effort to go out and chase the resources given to you. Go to the workshop, go to the events, chase all your dreams throughout the resources they give you. So definitely I feel like in terms of standing out, every time I walk past a bulletin board, if I see Tepper, if I see business, I pull out my phone,
take a picture. That's where, man.
Go to the event. That's literally how you have to like. You can't be passive with anything you do. You have to be. You're given the opportunity, but this is not high school. No one's gonna tell you to go do
exactly.
something.
Oh
you
my
have
gosh.
You have that freedom to do it or not do it, and I feel like that's gonna shape your future. So definitely, it's just like all about, hey, we're giving you these resources. You got here. You deserve them. Now it's either it's your decision to take them or not take them. So I feel like you just have to be very active in the sense of like taking those opportunities and trying to put yourself forward above everyone. It's not really a competition with other people.
Yeah, exactly.
But a competition with yourself in the sense where you're trying to take yourself and elevate to a higher level than you were
in the past. Exactly, man. I think that's a good answer, because you can be afforded like allotted all these resources, but if you don't do anything with them, it doesn't really make.
That's the truth.
You know, it's not going to make any difference. And like you said, with like the events and everything, bro, there's like all these seminars and workshops and like even just fun events people that are in the same major. And what you realize when you go to these events and you talk to these people, these upperclassmen, you realize like they're doing some dope stuff, like some like
crazy stuff.
And sometimes it's like exactly what you want to do, and they've done it, and they're not even out of college yet.
Like there's one group, the business technology group, like it's like some business, so basically like they just make so many cool ideas. So it's like they think of like there's so many talented people in the group, so they just think of ideas, and then they nail the business aspect so perfectly in the sense like, okay, we think of an idea, so like the dining app everyone uses to like see like which like
places are open,
dining places are open on campus, like they made it. So like they just thought of the idea and they're like, okay, let's go build it. Let's go give this app to CMU or this website to CMU, and then boom, it's just done like that. So it's kind of like,
oh, they bought the app.
I'm not sure I'm not sure how the allocation worked.
Yeah,
but it was definitely so cool in the sense where they created it like an independent group.
Yeah,
and then now CMU uses it, and
that's actually really crazy. Yeah,
crazy. You just create brand, give it. Do whatever you want with it.
That's funny because I literally just saw something in my dorm where like people were complaining about not having a place to see where the dining places were open.
Yeah, there's literally a website.
Yeah,
and it shows the location, which building it's in, the name, what they serve, time it's open. Boom.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's crazy.
That's dope. Yeah, we kind of just covered the networking aspect. What were you gonna say?
No, I'm just saying, it's definitely cool. Like in terms of just like the clubs you can find and things you can do. Like it's so many different clubs for every single different interest you have. There's a club for it.
Yeah, that's also true. So if you had the opportunity to collaborate with anyone in the business world, who would it be and why?
Who would it be? That's actually a funny question. If I had anyone to collaborate with in the business world, who would it be and why?
Like it could be a businessman, celebrity, like anybody.
I feel like this again is a hot take, but I feel like it would be Kanye West.
That's a good answer.
Listen. I have to explain myself because people are gonna be like, "What? Why? Why would he say that?"
Donda season.
Like it's Donda season. Now I'm saying like people might think I'm unserious for this, but in the sense of like he has a really big grasp over the media right now, and I feel like anything he touches kind of like turns to gold. So in the sense of just like if I collaborated with him and I did something, it would automatically be in everyone's face because the way they push like every single move he makes, every single move someone around him makes is crazy.
Every single thing. Like so that's crazy. Yeah.
It's like in the sense of if I did one thing with him, it would open like 1,000 other doors to do more things with other people.
Yeah,
so
man.
I feel like that's someone I definitely want. And plus, I just think he's a cool person.
Yeah.
So I mean,
he's weird for sure, but like that man, that man knows business.
Like, the stuff that be going on in his head is just like, I don't know. He's like crazy genius type of person. Like, so definitely, I feel like that would be cool.
Like he's not a billionaire for no reason. Like that's crazy. Like literally everything he does, people like take knowledge of it. Like this man posts maybe like once a month on Instagram or whatever. But anytime they post, like everybody's like, "Oh my god, look what he posted!
What does this mean?
What does this
What's
mean?
going on?"
Da-da-da-da-da.
Like, it's crazy.
Yeah,
I mean,
but like, man, to have that as a contact in your phone, that can really take you places.
he also texts so weird. Like I saw like some screenshots of like of he fired a worker.
Yeah. And he was like, "You're fired. Go see God."
Yeah, he's like, "You're fired. Go find God. Then come back." Like Kanye is just someone else, man. But yeah, I definitely want to collaborate with someone like him, who is like not only like a business person but a creative mind, and I feel like those are the coolest people to work with. People who are unique in the sense of like the way they think and the way they execute different things are unique. So it's definitely fun.
Yeah, he's definitely unorthodox. So like when you're dealing with someone like that, do you also feel like there could be like some drawbacks? And obviously, not everyone agrees with Kanye. Like it's a very hot, like it's a controversial topic. Like, do you feel like working with him or having, that kind of interaction or collaboration would also like shut some major doors that you might want to, walk through or endeavor?
Okay, so I feel like there are two ways to look at this, right? Let's say I was already someone who was like big and people knew me, right?
Yeah.
And for whatever I would do or I'm doing, right? Then I feel like okay, it could close some doors. But then again, as I am right now, I'm just like a college freshman.
Yeah.
I still think I'm a pretty unique person, but I'm just a college freshman. So I feel like it could only the positives, the pros outweigh the cons by so much that I wouldn't even like notice it at all. Maybe like one or two people would be like, "Oh, I don't like Kanye. I don't like Chibi anymore." That would be weird, but I mean, like definitely in the bigger sense, people don't like some people.
Yeah, you just can't change that,
and you just can't change that. I mean, definitely Kanye has done some bad things. He's done some good things, and I feel like that goes with everyone. No one's perfect.
Yeah.
So I feel like instead of like
focusing on the bad
everyone,
and
you can
cancel culture, and
I mean, like still people have to take like responsibility for the actions.
Yeah, actually accountability first.
But I mean, like in sense of me, if I'm looking at it from a collaborative aspect, I won't let that hold me back from all the possible pros I could witness.
Yeah, absolutely. So what exactly are your goals, like business wise? Like, so when you leave Carnegie, what's your first step?
What's my first step? All right, so definitely, I don't know if I'll be able to do it first year, but it's my goal. I'm not gonna say I don't know if I'm able to. I will. I'm putting it into existence.
Yes, sir.
I will get an internship my freshman year. Some people say, "Oh, it's not possible. Oh, just wait till your sophomore. I'm going to get an internship." After I do that, hopefully it'll help me network, get another one. After I do internships while I'm in college, after I'll be able to like land a good job. And Carnegie is so cool in that aspect, like of the average starting salary for like the class of 2020 was like 98,000.
Yeah,
I saw that today. It's like ridiculous. So I feel like I'll get a good job off the bat, but that's not my main focus. My goals, like that's just like the backbone for now for me to like give myself time to explore. And explore like new routes and different career paths, because I definitely want to have the chance to do that in my life. But my goal is to make something, not in the sense of like a product or something, but just like make something for like when I'm gone, people can remember.
Like a legacy, something like legacy.
Yeah, like build a legacy. So whatever it is, I want to be financially stable.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be broke. But I mean, in terms of like, I like all aspects of business, like any type of like. It could be real estate, it could be finance, it could be architecture, literally anything. I just like exploring different things. So I'm not set on one path, but I definitely want to like explore new things. And also like in terms of like where I'm going to be after college, hopefully like I invest So I haven't,
Yeah.
like, in the past few months, I've, like, been cooling down on it to, like, focus on other stuff.
Yeah.
But hopefully, like, if I'm doing what I'm doing well, and, like, by the time I'm graduating, I'll have, like, a good amount of money to, like, start pursuing different things
Yeah, absolutely.
that I want, that I need capital to do. I mean, there are obviously still different ways of raising capital, but I'm trying to set myself up in the sense where it would be cool if I was financially stable without my job.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
by the time I'm, like, graduating, because imagine if I had that source of income and then the income I'm getting from my job after I graduate.
Yeah.
There's just so many ways. I feel like if I had, like, those two things, and obviously, like, different, like, streams of income, it'd be so cool in terms of, like, I would be financially stable at such a young age. And I feel like it's really possible. It's like some people just, like, can't really fathom that,
Yeah.
in the sense of that. But I feel like you can really do anything you want to if you put your mind to it. So if it doesn't happen, if it does happen, I think it will. I'm just going to try to do it because I don't lose anything in trying. I only gain experience to help me do it the next time I try. And then if I fail the next time, I got it the next time. So
Yeah. It's crazy because, like, I mean, we're technically, like, what adults.
Yeah.
But, like, we're still so young. Like, we
For
have
real.
our entire
We're literally
20s.
18 years old.
I literally have our entire 20s ahead of us. And yeah, I agree with what you said. Like, I feel like at a place like this where you said, like, the average starting salary is, like, almost 100,000.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's real easy to get complacent with just that. Like, okay, I'm financially stable. I can settle down, do whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, bro, you have, like, 10 years to really. You can take that money and go and do whatever. And I like what you said about the exploring different avenues, because I mean, I'm an environmental engineer, but yet I'm doing, like, freaking media production right now.
Yeah.
And, like, this is fun to me.
Crazy
so, like,
setup.
Yeah, literally.
I mean, like, just, like, doing things you enjoy is so underrated.
Bro, literally, bro. You don't want to be stuck doing something you don't want, like, for money, doing something you don't want to be doing. Like, because then that just takes the joy out of life, where you really could have just, taken a different route and set yourself up with different sources of income. And now you're actually doing something that you want to do and getting paid way more.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of the things that made me fall in love with business. Like, the term is, like, a serial entrepreneur, basically just, like, chasing. So I mean, so it could have a bad connotation to, like, in terms of starting so many businesses because you can't succeed in one. So I feel like a serial entrepreneur has a bad connotation in the sense of that. But then again, I just enjoy the idea of chasing so many different avenues and pass into different things. Like, I just started a podcast because I thought it'd be cool. Like,
exactly.
I liked it. I like interior design, so sometimes I read random interior design magazines, and I want to try and do something like that in the future.
Oh, that's valid.
I did, like, freelance graphic design for, like, 2-3 years just because I saw something that looked cool.
Yeah.
I just like chasing different
like,
things.
They're doing different things, bro. It's so crazy.
I feel like there should be a term for that. Like, just, like, living your life in the way, like, if you like something, just go chase after it and do it. You're not losing anything by gaining experience. I mean, it's kind of turned me into, like, a jack of all trades, master of none type of person.
Yeah.
But I feel like I just enjoy having the ability to do so many different things. I feel like it's so cool.
Yeah, bro. I actually read a book. Like, they were explaining that, like, there's a difference between being wealthy and being rich. Like, rich is really just the financial aspect. When you're wealthy,
100%.
You're happy, you're healthy, and you're financially stable. And that's really the biggest thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Yeah, wealthy is, like, you can have wealth of knowledge.
Yeah.
Wealth of
knowledge.
resources.
Exactly.
Wealth of so many different things. So I feel like that's the real goal, to be honest. To be wealthy, to have wealth and happiness, wealth and health, wealth and money as well, wealth and family time, wealth and everything.
So, yeah, you seem to be a hustler. I respect that. I'm glad I actually had you on the podcast, bro. Like, we've only talked, like, a few times, but this is exactly what I was looking for, to be honest. So with that, like, what do you hope for? Like, what do you hope to pass on to your kids and your children, and, like, the legacy you leave? As you spoke to that earlier.
That's a really, like, That's a really funny question because I think of that so many times because like I don't know, it's just a question that pops up in so many conversations I've had with people, and it's just like what I try to leave on for them is just experiences with me and knowledge that I feel like that is unique to me, to my experiences.
Yeah.
Because you know when they say like, oh, you can like minimize your mistakes by learning from the mistakes of others, just something like that. Just like letting them like understand like how I navigated through life, so they can navigate through life and stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously, like in terms, I feel like it's not shallow. Obviously, like giving like a future to your kids, like paying for their school tuition wherever they need to go. Obviously, I feel like that's gonna be set. But I feel like the deeper thing for me is kind of letting my letting not myself live through them, but giving them the experiences and the knowledge that I've learned throughout my life
Yeah.
to them, and I feel like that's a blessing. Just really understanding what one went through in life, obviously someone they'll look up to as a father figure. So I feel like that would be really cool for them. I feel like that's something I was trying to tap into from my with my dad, like just stuff like he went through,
Yeah.
and he like his experiences and his knowledge in life. And I feel like every time I have those conversations with him, it's really a blessing, just understanding like what he went through and how he thinks of certain things. Because obviously with age, there's a certain amount of wiseness or whatever that you have. So I feel like
Yeah.
yeah, it's
For
definitely a
sure.
blessing.
So obviously, things can get very political in the
Hmm.
business world. So like, how do you feel like your political beliefs can either like put you at an advantage or like potentially clash with other people in your business endeavors?
I feel like in terms of like just straight up political like debate kind of thing, I feel like that's easy to leave out of business.
Yeah.
But in terms of just actual business moves and uh business analytics, things that businesses affect, like just things like taxes or architecture, should this building be built here, is that allowed, which uh party does that lean towards, just like different decisions. I feel like it's kind of like a third party factor that will always like kind of bleed into whatever you're doing. So I feel like I don't really have any strong political views that would affect that. Obviously, like I I lean towards like democratic, I would say.
Yeah.
But then again, like I feel like no one is like 100% Democratic and 100% Republican unless you're being like blind towards something, because like there are policies that you might agree with that are Republican or you might agree with that are Democratic. And I feel like that's kind of, I would say like what makes me a Democrat is that I have more Democratic beliefs than Republican beliefs.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like I'm 100% right for any of them. But there are some ignorant people in the world, and I feel like I try to avoid those type of people in the business world. So in terms of like navigating through that, I would just try and only do business and network with the right type of people
Yeah.
who that wouldn't really be a big issue for them. I feel like that's just the best way to go through anything in life, and that's a big thing about my culture as well. Like, just in terms of like people you interact with, you're always just told to be wary about the people you talk to and the people you're close to. So I feel like I would just use that aspect of my culture and apply it to that sense as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Because I feel like there's always that like that in between
Hmm.
when it comes to politics. Because like there's some things you may agree with and other things you may not. And then there's also like political figures that
Hmm.
like align with one side, which make you question your beliefs or like what you really support. But like so say like you know, but like there can really like be some like bad clashes though, like yeah, especially nowadays because
Hmm.
like with cancel culture and everything, and people like basically making like a split decision based on something that you do. could potentially like almost end you.
It's
In a
crazy.
sense, yeah, it's so bad. Like I don't even want to get into it, bro, because I just hate it. Because like that all the effort they put into canceling that one person, like a million other ignorant people are still gonna come out and do the same thing. Like exactly.
I feel like by the time, if I'm famous or whatever, if I'm like whenever I'm just like a bigger person than I am now, I feel like I'm definitely have to be like more careful with the person I am.
Gosh.
So
I gotta be careful now, bro.
even now, like I always like the camera's on, like I'm
exactly.
just not gonna say, like I could say some crazy interviewers stuff into this mic right now.
Interviewers 10 years from now, bro, we're not gonna hire this guy.
Exactly, based off what I say on this podcast. Yeah. Like I could say some crazy stuff on this podcast right now that's gonna affect me in 10 years time, but like I'm just not. So yeah, I feel like it's just in terms of like just being more careful about like what you put out and stuff like that is definitely what I just trying to do.
And who you associate with. So like say you're about to make a business deal, right? You don't know anything about the company's owner or like their political beliefs like yet. So like you're walking into a business meeting. Let's say like you might turn like maybe a 200% profit off this deal, right? And it's gonna like have longevity. But you meet the guy and he's like blatantly like racist. How do you do this? How do you assess the situation?
So crazy because when you said that, I immediately thought of like Chick-fil-A. Like everyone says, like Chick-fil-A is so good, blah blah blah. But like they have like the people who like are investors and founders of Chick-fil-A or whatever are racist. So, and it's actually crazy because it affected like the amount of people who go to Chick-fil-A. I mean, like a lot of people just like. I mean, obviously, everyone still uses it. It's like a American favorite, but still, it's like a lot of people like there's a good amount of people who are like,
there was a hiatus for a while.
No Chick-fil-A. Yeah, for a while it was like a trend, and Chick-fil-A sales definitely dropped when that was a trend. Like, everyone's trying to be woke. No Chick-fil-A. I feel like definitely it could lead to like bad things happening. So the type of businessman I would want to be is not one who is just like trying to chase that fast money. Yeah. Because I feel like I've seen what happens to people who do that. So definitely, like you said, there's longevity to it, but still, like if it's not with someone who I think is right, I'm not the type of like business is business type of person. Yeah. I'm gonna do business with people who I feel deserve my business, and that's just having and knowing the value you have in yourself. Yeah. Not just giving yourself to anyone.
I think integrity is number one. Because if you don't have integrity with yourself and you're not looking at the integrity of others, it's just going to weaken your whole business. Like
that's a big thing
all around. And that's so bad. Yeah. That's crazy. Like you could work with this maybe one insignificant person, but just because of something they did, it can weaken your name.
Just crashes everything.
Yeah. So yeah, you definitely got to be careful.
That's like back to like the thing you said about Kanye West. Like imagine I did work with him and like now everyone's like, oh, you're a Republican. Oh, you don't like black people. Oh, this, oh that. Just because of like just random things people could hear. So I mean, like, it's hopefully the people I surround myself with and the people who indulge in whatever I do won't be like ignorant in that sense. And also, I hope that I will make good choices in the future in terms of who I decide to do stuff with.
I think as long as you like make your morals clear and like
you have
a good track record with everything, and like your actions speak for themselves, I think it doesn't. I mean, it does have some impact, but like when you have built like that resume for yourself, I don't think it really makes that big of a difference.
Like no one goes like calling out Jay-Z for being friends with Kanye West because they know like he's a good person and that's what he does.
For sure.
Yeah, just as long as your morals are clear and like you're doing what you know is true to you, I feel like you're good in that point.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like the one shield against cancel culture.
Facts.
Just like being true to yourself. So definitely, yeah.
Man, this was fun. Yeah, it's 10:40, bro. I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you, man.
It was good. I'm glad we did this. There's definitely more on the way. Gonna have another guest very, very soon. But yeah, make sure y'all go follow Chibi. What's your at?
It's
on Instagram.
I don't know if you can pop it up into the screen.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it.
But it's at CHIBI and then there's a dot then DK. Chibi.dk.
Y'all go follow him.
Go check it out.
Get at him for business endeavors in the future. But come correct.
Yeah. Come correct. You have to have good morals, right? All right, I don't know, man.
We out.